I love this. Love it, love it, love it. Del Shannon and Runaway at BBC Radio Norfolk. Now, the Taverham band was started back in 1974 when a small group of villagers got together to make music. Now, 38 years later, they're one of Norfolk's most popular brass bands, famed for their series of exploding brass concerts. And with the Jubilee around the corner, the band is gearing up for its busiest period ever. Ian Colman is the band's musical director. He joins me in the studio along with local singer Ben Lake, who you may remember from The Voice last Saturday. Hello, chaps. How are we doing?
Good afternoon, Stephen.
Is everything all right? Everything under control?
Oh, of course, just about.
Everyone in the band feeling good and up for a good time?
Raring to go for a busy period, yes.
Yeah, I've got to ask you, Ben, do you prefer Ben or Benjamin?
Ben.
Ben's all right, is it? Because on your CD cover...
Oh, it looks better written down, Benjamin, you see. I think Ben Lake is a bit short, but I think Benjamin Lake, it sounds like something...
You could swim in that. That'd be fantastic. So,
what's the biggest lake in the world?
There you go. Last week, The Voice, right? Yeah. We were all fuming, obviously, because it didn't quite work for you. What was it like? Were you ready for that?
Well, I was saying to Ian earlier, I said I've been singing for years and years and years, and going out on that stage, I felt like I'd never done anything before.
Oh, really?
It was really nerve-wracking. It was a big deal for me. You know, it's very hard to get work as a singer these days, and so I wasn't expecting to win it. I was just hoping to get some publicity, and the publicity's been great, and I've had a lot of good feedback, so I've been very happy.
And we love you.
Oh, bless you.
This is the thing. So who's in the band at the moment? Who have you got? What's the lineup?
Well, we've got about 35, getting on for 40 players in the band, for a brass band set up with the usual cornets, euphoniums, trombones, etc. And of course, last year we did the Exploding Brass concert, and Ben joined us for that for the first time. It was such a great success, and we're working now to do an indoor version, a big concert at the end of June with Ben singing and Rebecca Mundy. But of course, we've also got the band busy before that with the Jubilee celebrations for the Queen we're playing, and a tour to Derbyshire as well in that time.
So you're taking your brass band up north?
Yes, we've been up north to Yorkshire twice, which was a bit of a daring thing to do. And as one of the chaps said before I went on stage, said, if they don't like you, they'll soon tell you. I thought, oh, fine. Yeah. But we actually had 6 standing ovations at this one concert in Yorkshire.
Oh, what?
But this year it's Derbyshire, 4 concerts, including Chatsworth House this year. And as I say, we have been invited to play at Sandringham on the 12th of June for the Queen, for her Jubilee.
It's great to get the invite. How nervous are you?
Actually quite calm.
You're okay, remarkably calm.
Yes, I think we're in control of it. I think Her Majesty and her entourage will be very impressed with what we're going to put on. But we've got about 40-50 minutes set at Sandringham, so we're working on that. And then we're all back at the end of June with Ben.
Will you get to meet Mum?
Who knows? Well, I've got someone who is on standby to talk to her just in case, because trying to conduct and talk to the Queen at the same time is something I've not well rehearsed out.
Yeah, let me have a go on your trumpet. I've always wanted to do this.
Yes.
I want to get up and do a number. You never
know. It's actually trying to find the sort of music that she likes. So when you Google Queen's favourite hits, you end up with a whole range of Bohemian Rhapsody and things like that, which is not quite what you want.
This is true, isn't it? It's fun. You'll know this when you're putting a concert together yourself. You've got to sort of gauge what the audience is going to like and what they won't like.
Yeah, you got to place it right. As I say, I do a lot of work abroad, and I think, well, they ain't going to know what that is. Okay, we can do that. Or they're going to be an opera crowd. I'll put more of that in. Or they want a bit more ballad. You just got to pitch it right.
I suppose one advantage is when you go overseas is that because English is sort of widely understood in much of the world, makes us in one side of it makes us quite lazy, but it also means that there's more chance of a song being well known in more countries.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you always got to put in Ness and Dorma. I mean, even as an Italian song, the Spanish love it. Everyone takes claim.
Yeah,
they all love it. All their tenors sing it. So you always got to put that in.
That's an odd thing. I was on One Foot in the Groove earlier. We had Falco. Rock Me Amadeus, which was in the UK top 40 here, but obviously in the UK top 40. But it's how rare it was to have anything from France or Germany or Spain in our charts. Whereas if you go over to the European continent, there'll be English songs and like the Dutch chart, which I listen to quite a lot. They have
certainly we've
stuff from everywhere.
The band's played in Germany and Holland in recent years, and certainly the same thing there. You can pretty much guess the ones that they'll all know and join in regardless. In fact, sometimes sometimes more enthusiastically.
Now,
than they
which
do in
ones?
this
Can you think of any titles?
Well,
off the top
anything
of
like
your head?
ABBA. I say ABBA. I mean, ABBA's not even English, is it? ABBA's, so ABBA.
English language,
But then you
isn't
go,
it? Yeah.
you go back to the Beatles, Glenn Miller, that sort of thing, and even Michael Bublé and such artists. They'll all be well known. Plus, of course, the musicals, Les Miserables, Phantom, that sort of thing. Anything, they will all know that music.
What I like is more and more people. I was saying this earlier in the week. That more and more people are liking more and more different types of music. We're broadening our horizons, particularly younger people.
Yeah, I mean, I've been really astonished. Going back to The Voice, last night I did a gig, which was a bit tricky because I was meant to be in disguise as an Italian waiter. But of course, I got up on stage and everyone went,
Oh, that's
bloke
it.
with a voice?" But I was amazed that the people that have been coming back and saying, "Cool, really like your music," has been young people. And I thought, I'll be a bit too boring for them. But, it's been, and particularly fellas as well, men tend to like what I do,
Yeah.
So music is ever changing, isn't it? It's
I think
always changing.
we also find with the band, the youngsters, our youngers are 12 years old upwards, and things like the big band stuff, the 40s or 50s, they really enjoy playing it and have got a great taste for it.
What I think probably about a lot of that stuff, especially the wartime music, is that you can read about history, you can look at the photographs of history, but when you can sit down and you actually play something from that slice of history, you feel it must be like they're almost reaching out and touching it themselves.
I think you tend to find once you get the 40s, 50s, 60s, and then once you start to get to the 80s and 90s, there's a sort of a gap where everyone knows the early music, then there's a gap, and it tends to be the current music. And I know certainly when you're putting on a programme for an audience, the people you're playing with always appear the same because you've grown up with them. The audience always appear the same because, but of course the music they know changes. And, when you think, well, people who are my age, or who are...
Do we talk about how old you are?
Well, no.
Did we discuss this?
Mid 40s onwards. But you see, well, people who are in the 70s getting onto their 80s now, actually, ABBA was the big thing when they were my age.
Yeah.
And it's always difficult. If you look at someone in the audience who is in the 70s, 80s, to think they're like Queen and ABBA doesn't hit you naturally,
This is it. If you look forward for us, say, another 30 years... 20, 30 years. I mean, I actually like the stuff that's coming out today.
Yes.
But I'm not sure how many other people will remember N-Dubs. and One Direction and stuff like that. I'm not sure.
One of our latest additions, which is very, very well arranged and a very good production for the band, is Poker Face, Lady Gaga.
Great song.
Which is a superb song.
Can I just have a little word with my producer? Do you reckon we could play Poker Face by Lady Gaga? She's nodding her head.
You're getting a nod. She's getting a nod.
I thought you were going to write your age down on a piece of paper and just hold it up. I really didn't think you were
You ain't
just
got a
going
big enough bit of paper.
You was a bad mama. Yes. Bad mama. So just go through, just list again what's happening and where we can see it, and then we'll hear a track from Benjamin.
The actual concert we're doing at the end of June is on the 30th of June. It's at a venue called The Space, which for people in Norwich will know it formerly as perhaps Texas Warehouse or the Fabric Warehouse down Rowntree Way, which is being converted by one of the churches into a great concert hall. And it's the 30th of June. It's called Brass Explosion, and it will include an explosive musical feast of music from the worlds of stage, screen and beyond. We've got a programme we've got some James Bond music, 50 years of course of James Bond. Ben will be singing some music from Les Miserables, some from Love Never Dies. We've got some Phantom of the Opera in there, and also other shows, Lord of the Dance, a tribute to the Titanic, of course, 100 Years of Titanic. We've got some music from that film, and another great selection. So
we never put this in a contract, by the way, Ian. Did you want me to do the dance from Lord of the Dance?
Lord of the Dance,
Did you want me to do that as well?
Yes, please.
Okay,
yeah.
fine. Just,
stage front.
Yeah, okay, lovely. Thank you.
And we're joined by Ben and Rebecca Mundy on the soprano, and tickets are on sale now. So, shall I give the details?
Yeah, go on. Go for it.
Tickets are priced at £12, and for those who use the internet, it's taverhamband.org is the website you can order them on. The telephone number is Norwich 850 516, and we also have outlets in Norwich, Elkin Music and Exchange Street, the Space itself, which is on Rowntree Way, and we also have outlets in Taverham and Drayton at the Drayton Post Office, Abbott's Estate Agents, and Pamela Jane's at the Taverham Nursery Centre. So get your tickets now, we are limited.
And here is Benjamin with I Have Nothing.
have no one, adore you and want you so. I'm just a no one with nothing to give you at all. I love you. He buys you diamonds, bright, sparkling diamonds. But believe me, dear, when I say that he can give you love, but he'll never love you away. I love you. He can take you any place he wants, to fancy clubs and restaurants, but I can only watch you with my nose pressed up against the window pane. I who have nothing, I who have no one, must watch you go dancing by, wrapped in the arms of somebody else, darling, 'tis I who love you. I love you. I need you.
I Who Have Nothing, Benjamin Lake. Just before we go to travel, obviously stay with us just for a little moment longer, because we'll have Lady Gaga in just a second. Do you sing in the shower? And is it a soundproof shower?
That's the best place to sing in the world. I wish I could record in the shower, because everybody sounds great in the shower, don't they?
Well, what I was thinking about is you could do that on stage, but you'd need around the shower cubicle a strategically placed piece of sticky back plastic all the way around.
And the rest.
That's it, yeah.
Imagine you singing into a loofah. Travelling just a mo.
At breakfast, you never know what we might be talking about. This morning, half an hour.
You're a lovely man. Thank you very much. So, if you want more information about Brass Explosion, just put that into your search engine and have a look. I've got to say, Ian, thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Always good to see you. Which instruments do you play, by the way, when you're not conducting?
I'm cornet trumpet,
right?
Yeah, in my past. So conducting for the last 20 years this year. In fact, 20 years.
Right. Is it a power trip? Is it? Is that what it is?
I wouldn't say.
And Ben, what about you? What other projects you've got coming up? When you're recording any more material?
No, yeah. Just been talking about doing an opera, but I've got a few cruise ships to go on. And
great!
Yeah, so.
That sounds like just a huge fun when you get out and doing that.
I just don't sink. When that happened the other week, everyone was going, "Are you sure it weren't your singing?" No.
Okay, the band played on.
The band played
on.
on.
The band played on. It's got some Lady Gaga for you. This is Poker Face. You ready for this? Right, let's go. Thanks a lot.